What is P-DTR? P-DTR is Proprioceptive Deep Tendon Reflex, and it's a form of functional neurology. It was created by Dr. Jose Palomar, who is an orthopedic surgeon and neurologist from Mexico. It is the practical application of the theoretical neurology, the information that you find in a textbook, made practical. What it does is take a deep understanding of how the nervous system works, and it allows us to ensure that information being sent from the nerve endings around the body, which are known as receptors, are sending correct information to the brain. In order for the brain to understand the world in which we live, it has to have information. And there are two main ways that it can do this. The first way is through our senses. We see, we smell, we hear, we touch, we taste. But we also have our receptor system, where nerve endings around the body send information to the brain so that it knows what's going on. The reason why this is important is because these receptors can actually become sensitized. They can become overstimulated or subject to some kind of trauma. For example, if I roll my ankle, even once that injury is healed, the receptors are now sensitive to information because they're trying to protect for future problems. To see why that's important, we need to understand that the brain works on somewhat of an input, process, output model. We've seen where the input comes from our senses and from the receptors. So information is sent to the brain, so it knows, okay, this is what's going on. It then has to process that, and it does that based on one main question, and that's, is there any kind of danger? Because as humans, what we're most concerned with is there any kind of danger? At this point, the information is also filtered through our past memories, emotions, and experiences. If the brain at that point sees any kind of threat or any kind of danger, it has to create an output in order to try and protect you and to try and change that. And very often that will be pain and weakness to try and change behavior. The brain only has a few options at this point. To change the external environment, it can change muscles, it can turn them on and off in order to make us move differently. To change our internal environment, it can increase or decrease certain hormones to try and change what's going on. And of course we can think. So the brain doesn't really have many options of what to do. What P-DTR does is ensure that the input is correct by making sure that the receptors are a normal resting tone, so that they're sending good information to the brain. Therefore, the brain won't process anything as a threat, and there won't need to be any pain because it's receiving good information. The way that it does this is by using manual muscle testing to find areas of weakness and sensitivity, and then use neurological stimulus such as swipes, taps, certain types of pressure to detect which receptors become sensitized. Then we're able to essentially reset these receptors back to a normal resting tone so that the brain receives good information. P-DTR itself, the treatment, is very quick, very powerful, and laser focused. It was developed with the idea of permanent and long-lasting results and can be used for a whole range of different complaints. If it's something that you're interested in, you can look out at pdtr.com or look at our own website, which is cardiffpainandperformance.com. Thanks.